Good evening, guys. How are you? The topic for the day is China's economic slowdown impact on India. As we all know, there is an economic slowdown in the country China. Still today, China is following zero COVID policy. Because of that, there is mass testing, vaccination, isolations, and even lockdown still today. Most of the countries, after the introduction of vaccines, they have stopped this policy of testing, isolation. But China, still as of August 2022, they are following this zero COVID policy. And because of that, there is an economic slowdown. They are not producing the results, the factory output, the sales of the country, in the industry, in the factories, they have reduced drastically, and as a result there is an economic slowdown in the country. Okay, how it can impact India? First of all, we need to understand the GDP of the China that is being estimated by ADB, Asia Development Bank, is around 4% for the year 2022. Okay, and because of this economic slowdown, obviously it would impact India. Some ways it will impact negatively, and in some ways it will impact positively. Okay, let's talk about the impacts. The first impact is that China is the largest importer of crude oil. As the economic slowdown is there in the country, they are importing crude oil at a less quantity, and because of that, the crude oil prices is decreasing. As the crude oil prices are decreasing, the import bills is also reducing, and as a result, this India, which imports more than 80% of the crude oil, will get the chance to import at a cheap rate, and in compared to that, the strength of the rupee will also increase. Second thing, China plus one policy. Nowadays, most of the great economies of the world, like US, Russia, UK, they are not totally relying on China. They are following the China plus one policy. That means they are diversifying their business. They are not solely dependent on China for their operation, for their manufacturing, but also they are looking for other countries, other Asian countries like India. So it will open new opportunities for India as an investment, factories, production. So that is a good thing for the economy of the country. And second thing is that can impact in a negative way is more than 15% of the items that is exported by China to India. If there is an economic slowdown, the production is less. So we are not fulfilling the demand of the country, as we are not getting the proper supply from the China. So we need to look for other countries, those who can supply the products. So in doing so, that can result in an increase of price of the items. So that is a negative thing. Okay, these are all the impacts that the economic slowdown in China can affect the country India. Okay, so at the end, I would like to say, if the China economic slowdown is still running in coming years, then it will definitely strengthen the rupee, because the crude oil price will drastically reduce. It will keep on reducing, and the import bill will also reduce, and in comparison of that, the rupee will strengthen. And second thing, China plus one. So India will have a great opportunity to share its alliance, to do business with great economies of the world by setting up businesses, by setting up plants, factories, by having opportunity for fresh investment in the country. Like if I give him example of Apple, they recently launched the iPhone, okay, and most of the manufacturing of Apple, I think iPhone 14, it is done in India. Samsung, they had introduced their Samsung phone, and they have set up a factory in Bangalore. So most of the foreign investment, they are coming, they are not relying on China, and now they are slowly shifting their investment and their diversification towards Indian countries. So that is a good thing about the economic slowdown in China. Okay, so that is it. I hope you liked it. I know there are some problems, the words are not coming flawlessly, there's some hesitation, I don't know why, but it's okay. So let's see you tomorrow the same time with another topic of Speed Daily. This is Shank Lal signing off. Love you, take care, Hare Krishna, bye bye.